Let's go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is me, the Ninja Reviewer here. Welcome to another review of Fairy Tail, episode 270 review. Now, this episode, first of all, I do want to apologize for the episode being late, which I do apologize, because again, I'm trying to find a way to work Storm 4 on my computer, and my friends are telling me fuck it, it's really no use. This means I may have to get a little extra upgrade for my PC in order to run it, which, you know, I can run it on my wife's laptop, which works fine. It's just, for some bullshit reason, the game does not support fucking gamepad support. It's basically got to use Xbox 360, which I don't have an Xbox 360 controller, so I declare bullshit on that. So, fuck it. So, that's the reasons why I've been trying to hold back on doing the Fairy Tail review, which is why certain of my other reviews are late. But I promise you, and especially because next week I'll be going on vacation, which, you know, granted, I'm not going anywhere completely far away. I'm just saying, I'm just basically, in other words, aka just a week away from work, pretty much. So, because of that, I probably won't be doing as much, and I will be doing some important things, you know, during the week just to take care of some stuff since I'm off from work for the whole week, which is actually pretty damn cool. So, yay, we get to pay and absolutely do fucking nothing, which is actually really cool in my book, even though it kind of makes me feel a bit lazy inside. But anyways, so when it comes to that, which is why, don't worry, the reviews will be back on track. I'm just gonna take a break from trying to do this for a while, and just looking forward to all the other greatness of games coming out, because we had the PC port down the robot coming out, so I can always wait for that. But mainly Fire Emblem Awakening, y'all, is coming out next week, so I'm pretty freaking hyped for that. Not Fire Emblem Awakening. Oh my god, wow, Fire Emblem Fates. I'm sorry, that's coming out. I don't know if I'm gonna get both of the games. Probably not. Maybe I'm just gonna choose like one of them. Like, at least for now. Either that, or I'm probably going to get Bayonetta 2. That's going to be re-released also next week on the same day. Which is a brilliant market strategy, I guess, from Nintendo. Because basically we got the two last DLC characters that came out, which was Bayonetta and Corrin. So, yeah. So, because of that, it's a great marketing strategy. And there's going to be one more patch. And then that's it, guys. We finally say our last goodbyes to Smash 4. It was a great ride while it lasted, but you know, like they said, all good things must come to an end, and that's basically it. And then it'll just be completed, unless they make it for the NX, make an all-star edition, where they'll have everything in it. But that's the point. Point is, let's get to the episode. I'm way out of track. So this episode pretty much just starts off with, we're pretty much just seeing them gather some fish and some food, pretty much. Yuri and Warren are basically trying to get her some food. And then they have some like little argument or whatever, and basically later on we see Hades, and he's basically telling them the story on how, you know, not really how they first met, but like how they survived their toughest challenges and struggles as a team. And, you know, pretty much like, you know, discussing all their times of their like harsh missions and stuff like that. So we get like a little campfire story thing going on, even though that wasn't really part of the original manga. Basically, from what I've read, from what I also looked back onto and did some research and read, when I read upon, apparently this is not really in the manga. It's basically in canon filler they added into Fairy Tail Zero. So that's basically what they did. But don't worry, guys, from what I've been seeing, next week is going to be super freaking hyped, man. Oh my god. Even though when I saw a bit of the preview, I'm like, fuck. There is no way that's part of the manga. I think the first half may be a bit in canon filler, or not in canon filler, or just a little bit of filler yet again. But I'm pretty sure I'm just going to extend like one chapter and just extend it for this like one particular moment, which that actually looks like a pretty beastly shit. And for what I've been hearing, it does get pretty edgy on the next episode, so things are actually going to start to pick up finally. With that being said, though, we do get to see them talking about the past, about this, like, you know, basically them just like working together like as a team. And basically they said like, you know, and then Mavis gets the idea like, oh, so that's what a comrade is. And basically they go on this like weird treasure hunting adventure where it's basically they're like in a dark mine or something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much what it is. They basically just telling like all their like greatest adventures and like stuff like that. Not really adventures, but mainly only one. But that's basically it. So it's a flashback within a flashback, and it's like, what the fuck? So, and some Leonardo DiCaprio shit going on. Anyways, so we pretty much see that while that's going on, we see that Mavis is pretty much, you know, wondering why Zara is so like down the dumps, and we see that she goes somewhere in privates because basically she wants to learn magic to basically protect Mavis, because Mavis is always, you know, the one always protecting her. You know, that kind of progression of character development where basically it's like, oh, I don't want to feel like being protected anymore. I'd rather pretty much be protected myself, you know, stuff like that. So that's basically what's really, you know, going down with that. So, you know, when it comes to that was actually a pretty sweet moment. And I did notice something too when it comes to this particular episode. And I kind of figured that was the case. So I was like, fuck it. So I was like, okay. So what I looked into, basically, from what I've read or from what I've seen, it turns out that technically in the manga, Mavis and Zara, because Zara does something like by accident, she falls into the water, and, you know, she's supposed to basically, you know, also take off not just, you know, her clothes, but basically take off her entire clothes without no bathing suit. And when I saw the bathing suits, I'm like, oh, wait, are they really going to add this part, like, deadass? Granted, you know, it's not like I'm like, oh, whoa, I'm not no borderline pedophile here, I'm just saying, because in the manga, they bait to get her naked, and they're like, oh my god, you know, we got those guys there, like, well, they come, it's like, don't worry about it, because it's basically them just enjoying each other's company. And then, like, you know, the whole scene where she's just like, oh, look, it's a fairy. Then she's like there, and Zara just hugs her, and she's like in our hearts. And basically, right there is that particular scene. In the opening, though, we actually see that same scene, the actual opening, and yet they're naked there. Why are they not naked in this version? That's kind of odd. I can understand. She's a 13-year-old girl. She's a 14-year-old girl, 15-year-old, whatever the fuck. And it wouldn't be right to kind of show them a little skin here and there. Because, oh no, that's gonna bring you to make you into, like, pedophile town. It's like, you know, there's a thing called lollies. And don't get me wrong, I'm not, like, the most biggest. I'm a little bit of half when it comes to lollies, I'm just saying. I mean, Mavis is not only kind of cute, but she is also, you know, very smart, very tactitious, and that's why she deserves the spot as the master. She's an OP lolly. That's all I'm going to say on that. If you want to really make me call lolly sexy, it'll be more like Tornado from fucking One Punch Man. And again, she is basically my wife's age, around like 27 or 28, mainly. Around there. So that's the point. The point is, though, is that, you know, I'm just saying, so don't get twisted, you know, I'm not into 100% lolly material. I mean, hey, if there is one lolly I'm into, it's fucking Wendy, okay? Just saying. Let me make that so clear. Wendy, to me, will be my favorite lolly. I'm just saying. I mean, again, I'm not saying anything about, like, you know, sexy kind of hot. I'm just saying, you know, she's just kind of cute, and then again, 13-year-olds are kind of a little more developed when it comes to, like, unlike 13-year-olds here in America, they're more kind of developed and they can do sort of more things. And the rules and regulations, like I said, are different in Japan compared to America. I'm just saying. But regardless, though, maybe when the Blu-rays and the DVDs get more, you know, on the cut when they re-release them, maybe that time they will show them naked. But until then, probably not. So overall, censorship comes knocking on the door, like, fuck. But overall, I think the episode, it was okay. It was an okay episode at best. But it really does get to show you how much of a really great team that these three are. And it does show that even though in the toughest times, as long as the comrade works together and, you know, proceed through, you know, a lot of hard difficulties and lots of trial and error, then yeah, you know, they can overcome any obstacle. So now Mavis is starting to understand how comrades really work in arms. So yeah, so overall it was an okay episode, merely at best. It was a 3 out of 5 episode. But next week's episode does look pretty good though. Like I guarantee it is gonna be pretty freaking awesome, because at the very end of the episode though was pretty hyped though. I'm not gonna lie. The end of the episode we see the blue skull, like the shape of like the dragon, like crystallized and like blue. So that's probably where Blue Skull is located, and they're getting really close. So now they finally reached the town of Magnolia. They're finally there, guys. The town of Magnolia. Shit is gonna get real, and it's gonna be pretty good. So overall, I definitely can't wait for next week's episode. But you know, I could have given it a little bit up. I could have given it like a 3.5 because of the ending that we have. But I guess a 3 is just kind of solid. It's between, so okay. So yeah, so it's a 3 out of 5 episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below of this week's episode of, well, this episode, not really only this week, but this episode of Fairy Tail in general. So until then, guys, I'll catch you guys for Fairy Tail 0, aka Fairy Tail episode 271. Basically around this week, around pretty much Friday, not Friday, maybe Saturday-ish. If not Friday again, probably like Saturday-ish around there. So until then, this is the Ninja Reviewer signing out. Peace out. And manga fans, keep supporting much, reading much, you watch. And yeah, that's basically it. See you guys in few more days. 3 more days, whatever. Bye. Peace.